Hi guys, welcome to CFG Craftstruction and part 4 of the beach hut video tutorial. Now, I've got a confession to make. I was recording, or I thought I was recording, the part where I did the cover over the porch and I added this on to the base. I forgot to press the record button. I'm so sorry about that. I've already stuck it on and I can't do it on another one, so I'm just going to show you what I did. If you remember in the last one, we did the base, we made these and we did the base. Now all I've done to stick this base, actually before I did that, I cut a piece of cardstock, okay, all of it says, and I scored down the 1/2 inch planks. I folded it over and then I just went over it roughly with some distressed ink. I stuck it to the chipboard base and cut round it. Now to get this to stick onto the base, as you can see it's raised, what I did, I got some chipboard, I cut it into 1/2 inch lengths. I then measured how much I would want, so I cut, that was 2 inches and I think that was 4 inches, the front bit here. I then got some construction strips and I joined all 4 pieces together, folded them over so they formed a box. I then put some glue around the top and I stuck it to the base of here. I let that go off and then in turn I then stuck that to the base here. I hope you can understand me, what I'm saying to you. I'm so sorry. Now then I just got these and I've just glued them into position. I've actually used hot glue. You can use whatever glue you like, and all I've done is just stuck them down. They're just stuck there in place. And for the porch cover, it's just been a corrugated cardboard that I stuck onto a piece of chipboard just to give it that little bit more strength. I went over it with some ink, just highlighted the top. Then I got a piece of cardstock 1 inch by the length, which is 5 inches. I scored down the middle, folded it over. I then stuck one piece to the bottom and folded this piece over, which I then stuck to the back of here. You're not going to see this because once we've done our decoration you won't see it. You could do it underneath if you wanted to, but I've stuck it on the top because I'm going to be covering this in shells and things, so you won't actually see it. Okay, well that's as far as I got. As I say, I do apologise. I'm definitely checking this one, it's definitely recorded. Right, now what I did in my haste, what I did forget to do was to put the corner strips on here. So what I've had to do, I've got my craft knives and I've just gone down. How if I took the top off? I've just gone down and I've loosened where I glued it because I need to be able to slip the piece of paper behind, cardstock behind. Now to do that, I didn't have it here somewhere, you want to cut 3/4 inch strips. I've just used my ordinary white cardstock. I've scored it down the middle. So I think that's given me 3/8 on each side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glue. I'm not going to use school tape, I'm going to add glue because I need to try and ease it behind the holes that I've put on. So I'm just going to run some tape, some glue down here. Turn it over and I want to just push that down behind, if I can. Come on, I know you're going to go because I've checked you. Should go down there easy. I'm just going to run my knife behind there again. Yeah. Push that down inside. Oh, come on. I know it's going to go because I checked it. There we go. And then fold it round and then that just covers that corner nicely. Give it a good burnish down. Make sure you've got it right the way down to the bottom, or it's level on the top of here. Doesn't really matter, I say, to the bottom, because you're going to be adding your decoration to there. Right, so put that down, and then I'm going to do that on there as well. Now I want to stick this back again, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue behind, not too much. Oh, hopefully just push it down behind. I'm making a right pig's ear of this. There we go. There we are. Now you want to repeat that on all four corners, so you cover up these corner bits here. Oh, excuse me. Right, the next thing I want to show you how to do, as you see at the moment, this is all... Oh, what's happened here? No, I don't want that. Go away. This is all floppy. Now, because I've done this slightly different than I did my original one, I need to be able to hold this up with something. So what I've actually done, I've got some chipboard and I've stuck them together to form that. It's like a bracket. And then what I'm going to do, I'm then going to stick that to there underneath, like that, on both sides with my hot glue gun, and then that's going to hold that up in place. I don't want it up. If I put it round that way, what it will do, it will hold it out straight, and I don't want that. I want it to have a slanting roof, so it has to go that way round. Now before I do that, I need to ink this up, because I don't want it that horrible colour. I'm not going to bother putting paper on it because I don't think it needs it. Just do it roughly with some ink. Make sure you do on the underside, because you're going to be seeing that, and on the back as well. Okay, and then what we want to do, so say we need to stick this on our roof. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my hot glue and I'm going to run it down top bit. Being very careful, we don't burn yourself, on the back. I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to stick it I don't want that side, I want this side, to the underside of the roof. Oh, too late, it's gone off. I wasn't quick enough. I'll just peel that off. Oh dear. Oh goodness me, I don't know what's up with me today. There we go. Try that again. Just need to get this excess. That's it. That's a bit that's going to stick under there, isn't it? Yeah. So I just want to stain this bit up again. Okay. Try again. Glue on there. And back. Put that in place. go. And then I just want to repeat that the other side, but first of all, before I do that, I need to put my strips on. Right, now I'm going to do that off camera so you can see that is now attached to the edge. That's well and truly stuck. That's a mess, isn't it? Right, so what I want to do now, I want to show you how to put the rope effect on the front. So what you're going to need some string. I've got a piece here, and this is about 13.5 inches long. You can see you could use twine. It's entirely up to you what you use. This is just a bit of an old string I found lying about. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my hot glue and I'm going to stick it. First of all, I'm going to check and see how much I need. I don't want it too tight. If you see, I don't want it to be taut like that. I want it to have some give in it. So I'm going to put that on there and I'm going to measure round from there to there and then taking it round to there, and I'm going to cut off about there. Then I'm going to get my hot glue and I'm going to add the hot glue, a little dab to the top of that first hole, and I'm going to stick that down, hold it for a few seconds in place. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit more to this one here. Loose a bit, hold that one in place. And then the last one. Just like that. You can see that, just holding it in place like that. Now I've got a little bit hanging over there. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm going to cut that off in a minute, but not yet because this is still sticking down. Right, I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So first of all, I need to measure how much I need. So that one to about there. And repeat exactly the same process. So glue. Whoops. Because I've tilted it up to show you it's gone there, slipping off. Right, and then the same again. Now I'm going to add some extra detail to this in a minute. So it's going to cover those tops. Then round to the front one. If you haven't got a hot glue gun, you could use some glossy accents, or, you know, anything, any glue you can. You could even pin them in place. If you've got a pin that you could push down inside. Although you'd have to be careful, because don't forget these top bits of cardboard are only stuck in with tape. All right, holding that into position, goes off. Right, now, because that looks rather ugly, I don't like that bit on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some strips, and I'm going to cut them down to 1/4 inch. And I want to put them over the top like that. So, and I need to curve them as well, because at the moment, if I bend them, they're going to have a kink in them. I don't want that. I want them to actually curve round. Now, I'm going to cut them at 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark it, and then I'm going to cut it in 1 inch and see how that goes. So it's bent over, so it's like that, you see, and then I'm going to just pop it over the top and see. No, I don't, it's too short, because I'll tell you what else I want to do in a minute. So I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do it at 1.5 inches. So you're going to want 6, it's 1.5 inches. First of all, I'm going to round it. It's just a pencil I'm using, just to break the fibres in the card so it's easier to bend. And cut it. Check that one. That's better. Right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ink it. Excuse me. And then I'm going to stick it over the top so that it looks like, let's see if I can get it in the camera, so it just looks like that. Okay, so it's just holding that in place and covering those unsightly globs of glue. Now, to keep this in place, I'm going to put some strip around the outside. So first of all, I'm going to put a little bit of tape over there. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on each end. I'm using 1/4 inch. It's just going on the very ends. Like that. Pull the tape off and then stick it down. Like that. So then you've got that one stuck in place. Okay, now I want to put one around the outside, so I'm going to cut another strip. You could do this a different colour if you wanted, to make it stand out a bit more, but I'm just going to do it using this. But I'm just going to also get my ink it up. Now I'm going to measure, so just break the fibres again. although it's not going to be bent round, you need it to be softer to be able to go around, and it's going to go around the outside like that. Okay, so measure it off. It's going to want to be about there, so that is about 2 inches. Now to stick that, I'm going to use tape again, but this time I'm going to cover the whole thing in tape, I think. So I'm going to run tape all the way down. This is very fiddly. I'll tell you what, I recommend you put tape, cover this back first in tape and then cut it out. You'll probably find it a lot easier. I'll burnish that on. Now remove the tape. And then I'm going to start at the back, and I'm going to wrap it around, not right to the top, but wrap it around the pole. Right the way round, and then it comes at the back again, and then I'm going to just hold it in place. So you don't have to use tape, you can use glue, but there we go. And it gives that effect like that. Now, just to finish it off, I have a gold pen, one of these calligraphy gold markers. Now, what I'm going to do with that, I'm just going to get it to run. When it's doing that, you need to, there we go, here it comes. Now I'm hoping it's going to be enough, and I'm just going to mark some little circles in gold on the side to make it look like screws or pins. Okay, you can do it round the whole thing or just on the sides. I'm going to do it on the sides. I'm not going to do it on the front. So I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. Oh yeah, there you go, like that. You could use brads if you wanted to, but you'd have to cut the actual feet off the brads and then just stick the other bits on. You could do that. That's entirely up to you. It's your beach hut. Right, you need to repeat that for all of your pieces. Now I'm just going to trim off these ends. Now do you remember we had a little bit left over? Don't throw that away, because I want to use that to make a hanging sign to go on the door. Speaking of which, the door. Now, what I did, I've kind of, where I was before, I was going to use the corrugated cardboard. I've changed my mind. So what I've done is I've got a piece of chipboard, the same size I wanted. I have then covered it in cardstock once I had scored it every ½ inch to give the effect of planks, and I've gone over with my distress ink and distressed it. Now I want to put some planks up the top here to make it look like it's a door. So what you need to do, I'm going to get this card I've got here, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to just do it into ½ inch planks. That's one. I'm going to ink it up. I I'm then going to put it 1/2 inch from the top. So I'm going to use glue for that. In fact, I'm going to put the glue on here. And stick that down. I'm not worried too much about it because I'm going to just cut it off. So just line it up. So about 1/2 inch from the top. Stick it down. And when it's dry, just go around and trim those off. Don't forget to do your edges. Now you repeat the same process for the bottom. Make sure you've got 1/2 inch. That's about right. Link it up. There we go. This just makes it look a bit more interesting than just the flat boards. There we go. Yeah. Now what you're going to need a brad. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the video there because it's coming up to 30 minutes. I'm going to leave it all there. But what you want to find to get yourself a couple of little brads. You're going to want one for the doorknob and one to hang your beach sign on if you want to put your beach sign on. Okay. And I will be back in part 5 where we're going to put the door on, and I will show you how to line the inside of the box and to cover the base in some sort of medium. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.